How exactly the Vedas are transferred from one person to the other? Vedas are not written and documented and passed on or distributed from one generation to the other. Vedas are called Shrutis. Shruti. Shravanat Shruti. Shruti. Shravanam. Shravanam. Shrutihi. Listening, hearing. The rishis, those who saw the Vedic knowledge, transferred the Vedic knowledge from their mouth to their students' ears. The Vedas were heard and repeated by the students and memorized by the students, and they sang to their students, and their students heard and they sang to their students. Likewise, the Vedic knowledge were transferred from one generation to the other generation, and likewise today the Vedas are with us, passed through thousands and thousands of years. In corporate fun game, you might have seen videos even in WhatsApp, where someone will tell a message and that person will tell another same message to another person, and that person will tell the message which he or she heard to the fourth person. Likewise, the message pass on from one to the other, and after 5 minutes, when the message reaches 50th person, there will be a complete new message, right? You might have get a doubt. How can we say that the Vedas, which 1,000 years ago the Rishi found, and the people, those who are chanting today, are both chanting the same mantra? It's a beautiful question. If you would have, if you got such a question, then it is amazing. I really appreciate for asking such an amazing question. The Vedas are having a self-protecting mechanism, which is also created by our own rishis, and we don't have time to explain that dimension. But using that technology, using that design, using that way of approach, the Vedic mantras are preserved as accurately as possible till date. If you go to a Kanyakumari and if you ask one child to sing Triambakam Yajamahe mantra or Gayatri mantra or any Vedic hymn or Rudram or Chamakam, any Vedic hymn from particular Veda, like Rig Veda's one mantra will have a different music, and Yajurveda's same mantra will have a different swara. So if you ask a person to sing a particular Vedas, particular mantra, and you go to Himachal, you go to Orissa, or you go to Gujarat, and you ask all these four people to come and sit in a place and ask all the four to sing that particular mantra from that particular chapter, from that particular Veda, even though they four never met each other, even though they four never seen each other or never rehearsed each other before, when you ask them to sing, all the four will sing like a tape recorder from same speed, with the same notion, with the same swara, exactly. And that is the secret of Vedas. Vedas have a very beautiful technology of preserving the Vedic hymns, of not getting confused when it travels from one person to the other. So, if possible, we will have a separate video on it. Now, this is the reason why Vedas are called Shruti. From hearing, it is transferred. Now, this is a very beautiful design, picture. I like this very much. So we have Shruti Yuga, we have Lipi Yuga, and then we have Piti Yuga. Piti is definitely not Sanskrit, you are right. It is English Piti where we are living in today. It's just for fun. Don't take it seriously. Evolution has a different, picture. From ancient India, the picture of the discussion of evolution is different. We don't say evolution; we say it's kind of a devolution. Evolution when you see the buildings, evolution when you see the speed of transport, evolution when you see uh, the achievements of artificial intelligence and machine learning, without doubt. But that doesn't say that the human beings are evolved. Jagadamba. So it's a complete different discussion. So let us not do that now, but let us stick to the topic. Shruti Yuga is the Yuga where the Vedas were given from one person to the other from word of mouth. Lipi Yuga is the time 5,000 years ago during Vyasa's period, when Vyasa Maharishi, the Veda Vyasa we call him, right? So I'm going to tell you the reason why he is called a Veda Vyasa. So Vyasa Maharshi looks around and he sees that there is a huge degradation of human intelligence. And when Vyasa Maharshi saw the human degradation, intellectual degradation, he understood, if not now, then never. I need to urgently document the entire Vedic knowledge which is available from one person to the other as word of mouth. And if at all I am not going to document it in a literal, in a book form, then this knowledge is going to be no more available for the future, because the human intelligence is degrading, that the cognitive potentiality to hold on to the knowledge, the memory power is reducing. Therefore I need to document it. And Veda Vyasa is the person who compiled all the different branches of Vedas which were practiced from different paramparas in different locations of different parts of the world. And he is the one who compiled, and he is the one who classified into 4 different categories, and he is the one who documented in a literal, literature form, in a book form. So that is what we see. And that period where the letters started, it's called a Lipi Yuga. Imagine, you can remember your phone number, whereas your mother can remember 50 phone numbers of all her friends and relatives. Now, who is intelligent? You who opens your calculator for even a 2-digit multiplication or addition is intelligence, or your mother who can remember 50 phone numbers and who can do max mentally? Who is more intelligent? So this is the logic behind Shruti Yuga and Lipi Yuga. So evolution is not something where you become dependent and you become lazy and you become careless of your own capability which you got but you don't use. The real evolution is utilization of all the potentiality what you have. So in that perspective, if we want to see, then today we are in the Piti Yoga without doubt, because our lifespan is increasing, but our happiness is coming down. Our financial status is increasing, but our relationships are going down. Let's not deviate. So this is a dimension which I want to share with respect to Shruti, and that's why we are here. The second dimension with respect to Vedas, which I want to introduce you to, is the woman's contribution, the mother's contribution in the Vedic knowledge. People today argue, women can sing Vedas or not. My dear, what are you saying? There are hundreds and hundreds of Vedic suktas and chapters written by women in India. Vedas are written by women. There are so many references. Here you can see few references, right? Rishika, Aditi, Lopamudra, Indrani, Urvashi, Godha, Yami. There are so many references where the woman Brahmavadinis, they are called Brahmavadinis. The women rishis are called Brahmavadinis. So there are so many references where the contribution of Vedic knowledge from women.